What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be making a wreath. So I'm just going to be using white acrylic paint, just a small brush, and the letter M. I purchased this letter M from Hobby Lobby, and I think it was like $2 and something. So when you're painting this M, this is what is this, cardboard? Not cardboard, actually this one was real wood. So if you're painting real wood, make sure you get all the nooks and crannies in there on the sides. You don't necessarily have to paint the back, but just make sure you're painting all the nooks and crannies on the sides and then the front of the letter. And when you're done, you're gonna have to apply some type of base coat because this is actual wood, and I'll show you what that base coat looks like later on in the video. But I am gonna go ahead and put the first coat of paint on here, and then I am gonna let it sit at the side and let that dry, and then go ahead and start working on the wreath. And once I finish working on the wreath, then I'll go ahead and put my second coat, let that dry, and continue the wreath, and then I'll apply the top coat. Once I apply the top coat on this, it has to be sprayed outside because I did use the spray can kind. You can use the kind that you normally do like furniture with or whatever you paint with, but I'm just using what I have at home. So yeah. If you use any kind of acrylic paint, it dries pretty quickly, so you don't have to wait a long time for it to dry. It probably takes about 10 minutes or so, and then you can go ahead and apply your second coat. So I got this wreath from Hobby Lobby, and I think it was $4.99 plus tax. This wreath was pretty cheap to make. This wreath, I don't know, all the wreaths in Hobby Lobby that day looked a little lopsided. So I was just trying my best to figure out which side would look better. Now these flowers, I purchased these at a store called Gimme 5. It's like a discounted store where stores send all their items that they no longer want to sell, or if a store shuts down, they send it to this store and they sell these items at a discounted price. Now, the day that I went to Gimme 5 on this particular day, everything in the store was $1 that day. Sometimes days are 50 cents, and sometimes they have days from $5 to $2. It just depends on what day that you go. And the day that I went, everything in there was $1. Okay, so now that I use my wire cutters to get the flowers off the long stem, I'm just taking the leaves and just pushing them all the way to the top. That way I can have greenery and not just solid colors. Now my intentions was to use pinks and purples and plum colors, but honestly, I could not pass this tulip. Everything was $1, so I just found flowers that just matched. So what I'm doing here is I'm just sticking the flowers in the twig wreath, and you can glue these down, but I didn't find it necessary because I just really didn't. So what I did was I just stuck the flower in there, and I turned it to the back, and where the stem is sticking out, I just bend it, flex it into the wreath itself. You do see me using white flowers in this wreath, but eventually I ended up taking these flowers out because I just was not feeling these flowers. I thought it looked more cute with the purple and pink. If I had more white flowers, I probably would have kept them in there, but because I didn't have enough, I removed them. Now this pink and greenery that you see, these are from my last wreath that I had left over. And what I'm gonna do is just randomly stick those to make it look more full. Okay, so now that most of the wreath is done, I'm just clearing my area to go ahead and put a second coat of paint on the M, and this is what I use for the top coat. Now, as you can see, this is where I removed the white. I did have plenty of purple and pink flowers, but I just assumed that the white was going to be enough, and I just didn't have enough. So what I ended up doing is removing the white flowers and then replacing them with the other bunch of pink and purple flowers that I had. So guys, I'm just taking some old ribbon that I had and I just wanted to use it to get it out of my pile, and I'm just gonna make literally a small bow. I just want the ribbon to show, not necessarily a bow. So what I did is cut half of it, and then I'm gonna take it, like the ends so they don't unravel, and then I'm gonna take it and form I'm gonna pull it through one twig, and then I'm gonna make a knot. This is wired ribbon, so it was easy to manipulate into how I want it to fall. I then quickly realized that I probably won't have enough ribbon and I need to do a plan B because I had already cut this ribbon. So I ended up tying a small bow while it was already on the wreath, and then I pulled it how I wanted to fall again. Okay, so I took another piece, cut it, and I'm just burning the ends so they don't unravel. Now, once I get these ends burned, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to loop it through a twig on the wreath, and I'm just going to double tie a knot. Now, this is totally optional. I took my scissors and cut the ribbon at an angle, and then I burnt the ends again. I thought the angle looked a little more cute, and for some odd reason I just did not feel like this wreath needed a humongous bow. I think something small and simple just dangling on there looked more cute. Okay, so now that I have my ribbon attached, I'm just going to take my dried M and attach it to my wreath. What I used here was some pipe cleaners. I used the color brown, and then I'm just going to use my heavy duty staple gun. What I did was I flipped the M over and I attached a few pipe cleaners on the back, and then I swiveled through the wreath and twigs until I reached the back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the wreath over, and then I'm going to attach the wires and twig them into the wreath, if that makes sense. In total, this wreath probably cost me about $13. Okay, so now that I have the M attached, this is what my wreath looks like. I think it turned out super cute. And I'll just show you a video of what it looks like as well. And thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.